Good morning, it's Abby. I just made all of that crazy video chaos yesterday, and now I'm gonna make another video. And I'm like getting a frog in my throat, so that's just the way it is right now. I'm gonna drink some nice hot coffee, and then I'm gonna feel really good. Okay, so let me see here. Trying to decide what I would talk about, and the biggest thing I want to talk about is obviously the energy right now, which is if you can ride the wave the right way, the energy feels amazing, and it feels so okay. So they're wanting me to talk about what is the future of mankind, okay? Because we need to start contemplating that. This isn't, you know what? The past is the past now. I'm like telling you this because this is true. I wouldn't have completed my 20-year training from hell in this lifetime if it wasn't like the time, the time is now. So in those videos I just made yesterday, which is just one video I chopped up because that's part of this whole message. The message is about connecting, connecting and solving problems, but it doesn't even have to take actual thought. My gosh, it's hard to talk. Because thinking does not solve the problem. Actually sharing energy that is loving and healing is what solves the problem. Actually seeing each and every human being and choosing to not feel anything disgruntling, anything that creates some sort of friction, whatever you don't like in somebody else, is just say, I love that person. I don't know why, but I really, really love you. So you got to do the opposing thing. So this is going to be a little bit kooky because I'm like trying to talk and I'm not really sure what I'm talking about. But there's like, that's really because I have this like ball of like all the, see how I changed the colors there? Yeah, there's like ball of all these like things going on, and they're just like explosion of things, and so I'm trying to like collect all the pieces and then like funnel it through so I can have a sturdy structured video. It's not, it's like too many thoughts, too many things. So so human beings loving each other, that is what it's about right now. Human beings seeing each other, human beings coming into an awareness of their greater identity, which is based on love. Which is based on love is what the identity is. It always has been. It's not based on, we go through this rigorous training called life, and it is go to school, read your books, do good in school, do good in band, do good in sports, do good in all these things. But nothing actually is about actually nurturing the earth, nurturing the heart of the form, nurturing and loving the beings, connecting in oneness. It's all about all these it's all thinking. It's always been thinking based. It hasn't been heart based, and now it's time to be heart based. That is this new wave of energy is about making it heart based, and so that's why I'm like in this super mode of really trying to come into my what is it that I'm here to do, and I want to start doing it already, and I don't want to just do it as a hobby. I want to do this, and so I want to talk about society and things that are changing and the way that it is going to be, because I don't talk about these things because it's kind of weird, and I just, you know what, I want you to believe what you want to believe. This is how I experience the energy. This is what the energy means to me. This is what this literally is. So okay, so we have a society that is changing, okay? This is so legit, and it's even hard for me to believe. That's why I question it constantly. I'm like, I just don't know how that's possible. I just don't know how that's going to happen like this. How does that just happen like this? That what is going to happen is literally what could only be described as the reorganization of a total society across a globe. Because human beings aren't now connected with the thought-based, but they're connected with the heart-based. So complete a morphing even of identity that is real. That is real to each and every one of us, because it always was real. We just were trained to use the thinker part of our body and not the heart part of our body. If the training was every day about loving each other and connecting with the earth, and connecting with the stars, and connecting with the spirit realm, and connecting with alien beings. If our life was just a natural, instinctual life that is about love, now all of a sudden the chaos can go away. This thing right here wants the chaos when it is not connected with the heart, when there's just two separate things. Now we can blend them together, and now we can start creating something new. This video is literally about about what it is going on right now, energy-wise and identity-wise, and so Earth identity changing, human identity changing, alien beings visiting this planet is real, is legit. So trying to decide where I should start again. I feel like I'm still starting. That's why my videos suck, because they're like so freaking long, because I'm like constantly trying to keep up with all of these ideas. I want to make a 5-minute video for once. A 5-minute video, okay? That'd be awesome. Just not, I guess that's just not my identity, alright? That's me talking to me, actually. I was like, Abby, it's just not your identity, alright? It's okay. Okay, so what it is, so restructure of society, because human beings are starting to what could only be described as, I'm going to have the spirit realm help me, and I'm telling them exactly everything I'm trying to talk about right now, and because I want this video to be solid and grounded and fluid and not so human. So I'm showing spirit realm that I want to talk about societal restructure, and I want to talk about what is money, and I want to talk about alien visitors, and I want to talk about human beings who are changing. See all these subjects that I want to talk about? I couldn't really figure out what I was going to say until I start talking, and then I start discovering what it is. And that's part of the what happens when I start connecting, and then the connection with the all energy then starts flowing through me, and now I start to solidify my thoughts and figure this thing out. So I'm showing him all of these things. So I'm just going to let them take the reins for a little bit. And it's probably not going to have anything to do with anything that this Abby person wants to talk about, because they always do that. So, so let's just relax, and then I'll see what they have to say. I haven't relaxed for like for a while. Like I did do some relaxing earlier last week, and now I'm in like super fast mode, and so for me to relax so I can channel wisdom is like really odd feeling. Okay, so let's see. Alright, they're wanting me to comment on what I just, so they say, do you know what you were channeling today? And I said, well, I just told you what I'm channeling today, so that better be what we're talking about. So it's a female voice that I hear often. She's sort of like this motherly voice. She's not my mother snake spirit guide, she's something else. She's just like a wholesome old woman. You know, that's the feeling that I get. Just like the wholesome old woman that bakes cookies, and just so sweet all the time, and would never want me to feel sad, you know, wants me to feel happy all the time. That's the way that she feels. And so so when I hear her, she's like, do you know what you're channeling about today? It's like really a sweet little kind old lady saying that to me. And so I'm like, I told you what I'm channeling today, so let's talk about it. So she's smiling, showing me more of what she looks like. Does not look human at all, but does kind of. So let's just go with Mario Brothers or something, okay? Then you have like the mushroom people. But she looks like an onion, like this head that is like this, and then it goes like this, in this like silly point, and then these lines that go upward on her skin, and then these little tiny eyes, and this little mouth, and the onion, and then she's got this onion body that goes like, it just starts here, and then it goes out like that, and then out. So she's kind of like really round and short, and like these, just, I don't know, she looks like that. which is appropriate because I'm kind of silly and creative, and I need to see things that are different, and that's totally like her. So she's like onion or something. She's awesome. Mario Brothers people. So let's see what she has to say. Onion people. I'm looking this way because I'm like looking. It's something about my human brain and my eyes and connecting with the energy is how I have to look around to gather it all. So I'm looking. So she's helping me comprehend more about love, and about what the value is of touching each other actually in love. How odd would that would be to actually go up to some random stranger and just touch them on the shoulder and look into their eyes and just say, yeah, I love you. How weird would that be? That's the society of today, right? Society of the coming years. That is actually going to be normal. Imagine that being normal. And actually, when somebody touches you and looks at you and says, I love you, you actually know that they are being honest about that, and you embrace that experience. That is the difference between now and the future. And that's why I'm so excited about it, because I can see these things and feel these things and know these things are real. Although it is just sounds so absurd, because how do you go from where we are right now to suddenly that type of reality? So let's see what else she's saying. Okay, I'm going to describe what I'm seeing. So she is this onion woman, right? And so her colors are like white, like a whitish sort of color, and then these lines that are like a, I don't know, blue or black or something. And then, so she's turning black now. She's completely, like, I don't know if she's just standing in black or she actually has turned black, but everything is black, but I can still see her. So there's value to what she's sharing right now. She's moving further and further away from me. So let's see what she's doing. So she's showing me something. Now, instead of being so far away, she's suddenly so close to me that it is like she's so close to me. She hasn't explained yet the meaning of the pictures, but she will, so let's just be patient. And now, so she's showing me the difference between darkness, darkness that separates and pushes people away from each other. And now she's turning into pure white light, which I've been seeing pure white light a lot. And I've been seeing other colors of the rainbow too. Each color has its own unique property. And so it's pure white light. She's like so close to me, like right here, and showing me what love does. Love creates magnetism and connections with each other. Love does that naturally. Love itself does that. And so she's really close now, showing me the difference between how there was separation, and now here we are so close and in loving oneness with each other. So let's see what else she has to say. So, putting her glasses on to see. That's what she's saying. Taking time out to read and rest and relax, even. So, value in this for every single one of us. Actually choosing to calm down and relax. I'm really a hyperactive. I like just always been high energy, and and so, um, so she's helping me feel what relaxation feels like, and it's so strange, and actually, like, it feels really nice too. Vacation, sort of vacation feeling, but the vacation never ends sort of feeling, that peaceful sensation. Human beings giving each other what is the gift of peace and relaxation, because nothing is needed from one another but love. And now all of a sudden society changes when we do this. When we choose to love one another, but when we choose to not ask anything of each other, but to give back to each other in love. That's it. So ideas I'm having, and I've had before, about creating like about human beings banding together to heal each other. So like, I do spiritual healing. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love entering into the spiritual atmosphere of another in order to send ring through vibrations of healing energy, healing in the spiritual, and then manifesting healing into the physical. And it's all a very creative, spiritual experience for me, but it's also a very effective physical experience for you. So it's, but imagine now, if I'm not one person healing one other person, imagine now if I'm 50 people, and we each have a unique healing gift, and we are all sharing it energetically, really hardcore, for 5 minutes to heal people. Now imagine that number growing to 1,000. We have 8 billion people on a planet, and and we're talking about hundreds of people. Now imagine if we're talking about thousands of people banding together just for 5 minutes, and we have like a lineup of people that need healing. And I know that this is, people do this. I know there's these like meditative groups that people meditate at the same time across the globe for a cause, to create change, positive changes here. And so this is like the now thing. This is something, this is real. This is what this world needs now, is human beings coming together and healing, and choosing to heal and share and love one another. That is the energy right now. In 2016 is really these awakening thoughts about how can we choose love this time? What is my identity as it is a reflection of love, not as it is a reflection of everything I've ever known up until this point? How do I honor myself and my soul needs, and then trust that it's going to work this time? It's odd, but it will work this time. If you are aligning with something that gives back to human beings, it will work this time. There's something about the energy right now, and it's not going away. The energy isn't changing. 2016, it was the end, and the beginning, and it really literally started in February, and that's when I felt it anyway, which was around Valentine's Day. And then maybe it started a little before that. I don't know, but that is when I personally experienced the change. And so 2016 is really about these floods, literally floods of energy that are very loving, and we actually feel the love. And now we're starting to open up and starting to feel something different, starting to put our finger on what that is, and then how we relate to it, and how we can share it, and how we can understand it, even how we can be a part of something bigger than this, to change everything. And some of us still are in that sort of old mindset where we still feel like the world is coming to the end. Honestly, I don't watch the news. I don't read the newspaper. The only thing I watch other than kids' cartoons is Futurama. That's it. I don't actually know what is going on in the world, and so maybe that puts me at a disadvantage. Some people would think so. I don't think so. It actually inspires me to see the value of love, and see that love is everywhere. That is all I see, is love everywhere, because that is my experience, is the spirit world, an alien world, and then the experience of love. That is my newscast from Monday through Sunday, all day long, all night long, and that is my video cast saying hello. Today, on the Weather Channel, the weather is going to be about love today. So that's like the legit truth. So now once you start seeing, you literally are manipulating yourself into seeing through a lens that is more loving. But when you're watching the news and you see all this tyranny and terror and nightmares and people suffering, you are manipulating yourself into still seeing a world that is broken and still breaking, and it will never repair itself, and we're going to a World War III. That is the manipulation that is still the old, that is echoing still into the new. To allow the echo to go like beep, you turn off your television. You literally turn off your TV. You don't need the TV. If none of us watch the TV, now what is the value? What is the newest value of our life and our existences? It isn't about whatever could have been said through the commercials, through the programs that are so dramatic and emotional and violent and everything else. It is actually, now we have a new, what we're going to fill that time with. Some of us would be like, oh God, I don't know what to do with myself for 5 hours if I don't have television. Like, go outside, take a walk, breathe some fresh air. Teachers, get yourself a cookbook and make yourself some awesome dinner. Take a knitting class. Go join a chess club. There's so much stuff you can do, and it's real. It's actually really interacting with life. And how are you experiencing life when you are sitting there watching TV? How is that actually experiencing and living life? It is actually, you are in a body and you are watching a television, and that is your interaction with the gift of life itself. And so what is the value of that as a soul? What is the soul learning through just sitting there and watching a TV, which isn't even sharing real information? Seriously, the truth. That is what this is about. It's doing it differently and actually embracing the act and experience of living, but in a real and loving and nurturing way and a connected way. And so this topic that is money. So I'm like, so I'm here, I am, I'm like this spiritual person, and I'm like, I just, how do souls love other souls? Do they love other souls because of how attractive that soul is, or that soul, has a really fancy car that I want to drive, ride in, or that soul has an awesome house, that soul knows how to party. Like this, we're talking about souls here. Souls are an expression of incarnations, and souls love unconditionally, and souls have soul houses that relate to their soul vibration, their sort of unique sort of sounds and colors, and as human beings, so we still have this sort of societal structure, and they've been saying this is so loud that it's all going to melt away in a way that we're all going to align with it, and we're going to embrace it. And part of that has to do with the time is now, and so the energy is right now. Alien beings actually, they're sort of like, they know what time it is. The alarm clock has gone off. It's sort of 2017 is really the year I keep thinking about, because 2016 is like that transitional time where we're sort of feeding on, absorbing like plants, what is the water that nurtures us, the energy that nurtures us and helps us grow out of the ground and into the sunlight, and so we can start embracing new things. If you've been living in the ground forever, now all of a sudden when you come up and you see the sunlight, now what are you supposed to think? You're going to say, oh, I love that yellow thing up there. I don't know what that is, but it makes me want to grow bigger and stronger and taller and fill with more and more love. Alien beings it's a cycle thing, all right? So it was imperative that the nightmare of abduction existed, and I'm sorry those aliens are creepy looking and they don't relate to our emotions, and they have a purpose. They have a purpose for what they're doing, and it has a lot to do with reproduction, and then even what is exploring our genetics, and it's not for this conversation right now. So that had a time and a place and a necessity. Even doesn't feel good, doesn't make us feel happy and wonderful and warm inside. It makes us want to stay in the earth, in the darkness, and we don't want to come out. But now that time is sort of like the water is washing it away, and it takes time for the tides to push things out, right? Because we still have these echoes of the old. We're still hearing them and experiencing them, but the old is going to get softer and softer and softer, and we're not going to hear it anymore. And now all of a sudden what we are going to be hearing very loudly is love. Love coming, pushing him into the planet from beyond our planet. Love that has been trying to get into here for a very long time. It hasn't been time yet. It literally hasn't, but now the time is now, literally. The time has been now every single day since I've discovered that the time is now in like February. It wasn't the time now yet, but it is now. It's funny how that works. And what does that mean exactly? Is it time now for me? No, the time is now for everybody. I feel the energy in the air that we are all breathing, in the atmosphere of the earth that we are all living on. And it is the same whether you live in China or South Africa, or it doesn't matter where you live. It is the same air, and we are all breathing and experiencing it. And so alien beings coming finally, just a little bit at a time, you know? You like you're starting a new regime. Like, you don't want to go work out at the gym for hardcore for an hour if you haven't actually taken a walk in like 15 years. You know, like alien beings aren't going to just come like slam, you know, hello. They're not going to do that. They know that that would just be totally too much hardcore effort, and when we aren't ready, we need to build up into that. And repetition in small doses helps us develop the ability to tolerate more and more and more and more until it becomes the normal thing. And now all of a sudden, that is the constant air we breathe, and it is so normal that we would even have like airports or whatever just for the alien spaceships to come and land, and for visitors and stuff like that. And so a world where money doesn't exist anymore. What is that? What does that mean? All of us have been working so hard so that we could survive financially and buy things that we've wanted, you know, that sort of thing. Now all of a sudden there is no money. So what is it that we need anymore in a world where there is no money? What is it? I'm like, that is the question. What was the purpose of money? Was to buy things, right? Now, if there is no money, then what? How do we? What is it that we want in our life? We don't have to. What is it? We don't have cars anymore. We don't. We don't buy. We don't have to buy a house. Like, we actually, as a community of people, come together and build each other houses. Like, what does that mean exactly? We actually have locations where people who have spiritual gifts, you can go there and experience that as just a gift of love that is without any monetary value. And then those who are really good at growing things, we go to see them, and they share the plenty with the community. And all of a sudden, we don't have to buy anything, because we each acknowledge our identity and our special gift, and we become aligned with that. And then we just start giving to each other. And I know it sounds like hard to believe, and I myself am like, how is that just going to happen in 2 years? That's not going to just happen in 2 years. You're not telling me that's going to happen in 2 years. But it isn't going to happen in 2 years. But that is actually what is going to happen in my lifetime. And I'm going to live to be about 80. So let's just say over the next 50 years. But they're showing me more like 20 years or less. But it will take time, only because it takes time for all the soul ages to find their way and their grounding and their understanding of how to live in a new society. And then it takes generations too, of breathing in the new fresh air in those generations, and helping to allow the change to continue and cycle into something more and more and more profound. And alien beings are here to help us, all right? They're not like, they never had left us. They never had left us here to suffer, although it kind of felt that way. But they were helping us in different ways. And the time hadn't come yet where human beings were ready to digest that reality. And so it literally is going to come in spurts. And the ultimate ending experience is a world where money is not needed. Because what is needed is us giving back to one another in love and in balance with each other. All right? Again, I talked in that video yesterday about how we are strands in a rug. You know, and no strand that creates the rug is more or less important than the other strand. You have to have all the strands if you're going to have a rug. You have to. And so right now, when there's money that exists, now all of a sudden, you know, out of 8 billion strands, you have some strands that are like, I'm the shit strand, you know, I've got all this money, and these other strands are like, I'm starving to death, I am in so much pain and suffering. It's like, we're all on the same rug, for crying out loud. That we need every strand to create the rug. There's no strand more or less important than the other strand. And so now we need to blend together as the rug in oneness with each other. Help each other. Bring up those who are suffering. And so they can, I tell you, I think about this a lot. I think about this reality that I have the ability to just walk over, you know, to the grocery store, and here I have shelves filled with food. Like, you know, you go to a buffet and how much food gets thrown out, like, every single day, and here you have people who don't even eat for days and are starving to death in countries where it's so easy. Can't we just give them some food? Like, why do we have to have all of this food? We don't need to have all of this food when other people are starving to death. I'd be willing to go without food for a week in order to give that food to somebody who hasn't eaten for months and years and are just been starving to death. Like, the need to see and understand and have this clarity is so paramount. But it is happening because the energy is changing, and the air we breathe across the planet is changing and inspiring us to behave differently, and inspiring us to actually want to touch each other and say I love you, because you actually do see now differently, with different eyes that are honest and loving eyes, not the same eyes that we had even last year. It's different eyes that see differently. So so that is real. That is real. I'm just checking to see what else might come my way. so all right, this is my gift. All right, I'm a spiritual person. I'm here to help the planet. All right, I'm just one person out of 8 billion people. We're all just threads in a rug. This rug needs me, this rug needs you, this rug needs every single one of us. Then now let's showcase what is our natural talent, and let's use those talents to help each other, right? I don't know how to create a network of help for a planet. I'm just trying, you know. I'm trying because I'm just here. I'm just trying the best that I can, you know. I'm just an average Joe trying the best that I can to make a difference. You know, that's the best I can do. Then that, you know, that means something. But so I want, you know, I want I want to connect with your soul. I want to make an improvement. I want to give something to you. So go to my website and check out my store so I can do my talent, share my talent, do this work. Like, I don't know like how else to put it. I want to share my gifts, my connections with the spirit realm in order to help others, and I can't do that unless I can inspire people to see the value of getting spiritual wisdom, and spiritual wisdom that is my unique sort of flavor of it. And what I share is loving and altering and healing, and it will build you up, and it will share something that will change you. And that's what I'm here for. So let me connect with you personally. So I don't have to create these videos where it's like I'm talking to myself. Like, I can actually like feel like I am connecting with somebody and helping them. All right, so that's my video for today. And there's going to be a lot more videos to come. And so that's all for now. So thank you for watching.